Well, hello there. It's Billy Tarasio from Modern Law Practice, and yes, I have updates. We are coming off of the first ever cruise retreat that I've ever done with my team, and it was an absolutely epic experience. And I could do so many different videos on this, but what I want to focus on is building a culture of radical candor. Radical candor is a core value of modern law, and it is the concept of caring deeply and speaking the unfiltered, absolute, unabashed truth. If you can get this, then there's no gossip. People are holding each other accountable, so you don't have to. People are freely sharing ideas. No one's biting their tongue, but you have complete and total respect for one another. Sounds like a pretty lofty ideal, right? But it is something that I want and something that's really important to me. And part of our retreat agenda on board this cruise was to do a 360 annual review. And we've done this a little bit before, and it's where everyone in the group goes around and tells somebody else what's your biggest strength to the organization and what's your biggest detriment to the organization. It's pretty intense and pretty intimate. And as we got there in the morning to do it, we set aside time to do this project, this 360 annual review, because I wanted to turn this into the annual review where you could get feedback from people above you, below you, and also, at your same level. So when I got there that morning, though, some of the people had been talking, and they said, look, we think that we might be better able to share negative feedback one-on-one as opposed to doing it in a group. We feel like that might take away from our ability to speak freely because we don't want to embarrass people, which makes total sense. We're not about embarrassment. We are about radical candor. So we talked about it, and here's what we decided: that it was going to be really helpful for everyone to hear everybody else's positives, but not the one-on-ones. So what we did was we decided to do it in three parts. First, we would go around the room and everyone would say to everyone else what each person's biggest attribute was to the company. And that ranged from, you're always available for me to ask you questions, and I really appreciate that. Your memory and your knowledge of the law is amazing, and I can come to you with anything. To Billy, you're unlike any boss I've ever had. You care about us. Really positive stuff. To somebody else, it might have been, you're so calm under pressure. You can handle anything. So just really cool way to build each other up. And then for the detrimental part, what we did was we broke into groups of two around this room. We sat across from one another and had 5 minutes so that one-on-one, each person could tell the other person, hey, for you and me, I think your biggest detriment, this is the critical feedback that I want to give you. And then the last step in this exercise is I asked everyone to take the feedback that they'd received from me, from their peers, and write their own annual letter. Write down what they thought their strengths were to the organization, their detriment to the organization, and what they wanted to accomplish in the coming year and what they needed from me to do it. That could be training. It could be anything. It could be I need to be in a different office space, whatever they need from me. So we're waiting on that piece, but we did the first two pieces, and it was powerful, it was strong, and people were indeed giving your team a chance to practice a tough concept like radical candor in a very safe and structured environment is a really cool thing for you to do for them. One-on-ones offers that as well. It offers you, because there are so many law firm owners out there that struggle with being radically candid with their team, with truly telling their team, hey, you're not meeting expectations. Or, this is what you're doing really well, but this is the thing I really need you to change. And unabashedly telling your people what they need. They want more feedback, and having a structure like the one I just described, or one-on-ones where you are practicing being radically candid, is the best possible way for you to create this culture. Your people, when they sit down for you for one-on-ones, will know to expect this radical candor. That's what that time is for. And so then if you don't deliver on it, you're the one who's a failure. And giving us ourselves as owners that type of critical feedback is a great thing. And then having to really think for each person, what is an area that you could improve? With some people, I really struggled, but every single person has something that they could improve on with the organization. Even if it's, you're fantastic at your job, you work harder than anybody else, but you're unable to delegate and unable to let work go. So it could be anything. Anyway, I would really encourage you to think about this exercise if you want to build a culture of radical candor. Don't forget to subscribe. I've got lots more coming off of this retreat. I want to talk about Clio Grow and project management using Clio Grow, but I'm going to save that for another video, and we'll talk soon. Bye.